Hey first graders, my name is Miss Carver. I'm one of the ELA teachers on our team, and today I want to share with you guys a quick video on how to make a flip chart on the 4 types of sentences so that you can practice making and writing those sentences at home. So what we're going to need today is a piece of paper. I use construction paper just because it's a little thicker and it'll last a little longer. You can pick any color that you want. You'll also need some scissors. Your learning coach will need to help you with this as well. And you'll need some markers or crayon or anything that you can write with. And so the first thing that we're going to do when we start our flip chart is you'll take your piece of construction paper and you're going to fold it in half long ways like this. Some people call this hot dog style. However you want to call it, just make sure you're doing it long ways. And make a crease along your fold. So make sure it's good. So that way when you're opening it, it'll look like a book. Sorry, I'm having to get used to my camera a little bit. You'll be able to open it like a book. Okay, now we have 4 types of sentences, so we need to make 4 different flaps on our flip chart. So to do this, we're actually going to make 3 cuts, okay? So you're going to take your flip chart, and let me back up a little bit so you guys can see, and you're going to cut so that you're going to cut 3 times so that you have 4 different sections. You might want to try your best to get them as even as possible, but if you're not able to get them that even, that's okay. They don't all have to be exactly the same size. So we're just going to make a cut here, and you're only cutting the top piece. You're going to leave this bottom piece one whole piece. So you're cutting this top flap 3 times. So we have 1 cut, 2 cut, I'm going to make another cut there, and then your 3rd cut right here. Alright, and again, you can see my flaps are not all the same size. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you have 4 flaps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to write and label our 4 types of sentences. We want 1 type of sentence written on each flap. Okay, so while I'm doing this, let me talk to you a little bit about the 4 types of sentences. And I'm going to use my markers. Markers work really well on construction paper because you can see it a lot better because it's a little bit bolder, a little thicker than if you're writing with a pencil. So I'm going to write my 4 types of sentences. You can do this as creative as you want, but for me, I'm just going to write them each type of sentence on each flap. So the first type of sentence we have is a declarative sentence or a telling sentence. Our second type of sentence is an imperative sentence or a command. It's telling us something to do. Our third type of sentence is an interrogative. This is the one is long word, so you might have to squeeze it in. Interrogative sentence, which is a question or an asking sentence. And our 4th type of sentence is an exclamatory. It shows a lot of emotion. Exclamatory. Alright, and your learning coach can help you write all of these words. And again, you can make it more creative. You can decorate the words, write them in fun letters, however you want to do. I just put each of the 4 sentences on each flap is 1 sentence. So here's my declarative flap, my imperative flap, my interrogative flap, and my exclamatory flap. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write a sentence, an example of each sentence underneath the flap that it goes with. So I'm going to try to turn my camera so you guys can see. I'm going to write a declarative sentence. Now a declarative sentence is, let me see if I can get this where you guys can see on my table that I'm writing. Okay, a declarative sentence is a telling sentence. So you're going to think of any type of telling sentence that you can think of. So my telling sentence is, I like to teach. And I'm going to write my declarative sentence under my flap for declarative right here. So when I open my declarative sentence tab, I will see an example of a declarative sentence. So I like to teach. One thing I want to point out is my sentence starts with a capital letter, and a declarative sentence always ends in a period. So make sure you have that ending punctuation that goes with the correct sentence. All right, my second type of sentence is an imperative sentence. So underneath my flap, I'm going to close my declarative. Underneath my imperative tab, I'm going to write an imperative sentence. I'm going to say, something I told my husband yesterday. Go to the store. All right. And I wrote my second sentence, my imperative sentence. So now when I open my flap for imperative, I'll see an example of imperative. Imperative is a command sentence. It can end in a period. It can also end in an exclamation mark too if you're telling someone something very forcefully. So you can use that ending punctuation as well. All right, my third sentence, type of sentence is interrogative, and it's an asking or a question. So I'm going to write a question under here. I'm going to say, do you, and I'm just thinking of these off the top of my head, like to watch movies? Okay, do you like to watch movies? I'm asking a question or an interrogative sentence. And my ending punctuation for an interrogative sentence is always going to be a question mark. My fourth type of sentence is an exclamatory sentence. I'm going to lift the tab for exclamatory sentence, and I'm going to write, run, there is a bear. All right, and my exclamatory sentence is showing lots of emotion. It's usually said a little bit louder, and it always ends in an exclamation mark. So if I saw a bear in the woods and I was telling you, run, there's a bear, that would be an exclamatory sentence, and it would get an exclamation mark at the end. All right, so then the next thing that you can do with your flip chart is, again, be creative, have fun with this. Use this as part of your art hours. You can decorate the labels of each sentence, or you can draw a picture up here on the top. Let me show you guys with this one. Declarative. So your sentences here on the bottom, on the top of the flap up here, write a picture of your, like I might draw a picture of myself teaching because I wrote, I like to teach. You might want to draw a picture of somebody going to the store up here. Just a picture to match your sentences, just to give yourself a little bit more practice with these types of sentences. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Jing on the 4 types of how to make a flip chart on the 4 types of sentences. And this is my first Jing, so I hope that I did an okay job. And I hope you guys enjoy making this activity at home. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.